Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Off the Cuff. Here at Oswego Hall, it's been, as always, a busy month, and if you drive downtown, I think you'll start to see some of the changes and feel some of the changes right now in terms of congestion and traffic and disruption, but you'll see that we have multiple projects going on with the Pocket Park, the Complete Streets project on 104, and the Housing Visions project is well underway, and all that is creating quite a bit of congestion downtown, but it'll be well worth it at the end, and it's exciting to see these projects start to take physical shape. I'm going to talk about a couple different things that we've accomplished in the last month, starting with what I believe was a big announcement at Next Generation Daycare. Earlier this month, we gave Next Generation Daycare a $40,000 grant, and we announced that grant funding would be used to establish evening hours at the daycare. What we found here in the city is a lot of our major employers, like Oswego Health, Novelis, Exelon, SUNY Oswego even, require shift work or evening work hours of their employees. And obviously they're the employees that we're trying to target to become residents and to keep as residents. And a challenge that we've heard repeatedly is the lack of evening hours and accessible hours for childcare in the city of Oswego, making them look to other municipalities, typically in Onondaga County. So we wanted to kind of fill that void, and this grant funding and partnering with Next Generation Daycare will allow us to do that. So that was a very exciting announcement. We had it down at the daycare where we had a big crowd for the announcement to see the support. And following up on that, since then, we've heard from the daycare owner that she's been receiving a lot of phone calls and a lot of inquiries about the evening service. So it does appear like we did fill a void, and we're looking forward to seeing how that plays out in the coming months. Another major announcement was what I think is a creative, innovative way to communicate directly to our constituents. It's a program that we've implemented here at City Hall called Alert Media. And what this system does is it allows city government to actually send text messages, emails, or voice messages to our residents who choose to opt in for issues like, not necessarily large emergency issues like a missing child or large-scale evacuation, but for those much smaller emergencies that otherwise now come as a surprise to our residents, like water main breaks, the implementation of parking policies, when the parking ban goes into effect. So we can use it for issues like that I think our residents need to know, and a little warning would be nice that they don't otherwise get. But also it's a system that we can use to promote city events as well, like the 4th of July parade, the start of our summer concert series. We did it for the Easter egg hunt last week. So it's just another way to communicate with our residents. I posted the link on my Facebook, and the various news outlets have covered it, but in case you've missed it so far, you can choose to opt in. It's totally free. You just have to go to oswegony.alertmedia.com/public. That'll bring you to the landing page where you'll fill in your information, the phone number, and the email you wish to receive the information to. You opt in, and then you'll get messages relevant to what you wish to hear about. So you can choose whether you want to just hear about events and activities and announcements, or if you just wish to hear about emergency scenarios and situations that may affect your daily life, or you can enroll in both. And once you're enrolled, if you think that the system's annoying or it's not helpful, you can always opt out with no problem, and it's relatively easy to use. So again, just go to that web page that I just mentioned, and you'll be able to opt in for free and get the messages. And what this does is actually allows us to geo-fence certain neighborhoods and blocks. So here at City Hall, if we have a water main break and it only affects, let's say, East Utica Street from East 5th to East 7th, we can actually go into those two blocks and send you a text message or an email saying, hey, prepare to have your water turned off at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning to repair water main break. We expect it to last 2 or 3 hours, and then we will restore water. So we can communicate just like that, so you shouldn't be getting wasteful, annoying messages that aren't relevant to your life, but also we can send blanket messages citywide as well. For instance, in December, when I put the parking ban on, we'll be able to blast out a message, either a text message or email, to let the city know the parking ban goes into effect tonight at midnight. So I think that'll be very helpful for both our constituents and city government as we put in changes and take policies in and out here at City Hall. We also had an exciting project we completed last week. It was a project that was started last fall. The Common Council voted to approve it. It was our Barrett Dam waterfall lighting project. So those lights actually have been built and implemented up at the falls, and they light up the Barrett Dam Falls. It's really just a great project that beautifies our area and highlights our natural assets. I think Oswegonians take for granted that we have the river dividing our city, and they don't always experience the West Linear River Walk. It's an area I walk of town just about every night or every morning and see plenty of other people doing the same, but I'm always amazed that it's the same people, and we'd like to get more people down there, and I believe once more people get down there, they'll say, wow, you know, it's a really nice place of the city that we don't visit often, and maybe get them down there more frequently. So it's just a project that highlights our natural assets and I think shows a little bit of pride in our community and some of what we have to offer. Some of the best viewing areas to see the falls lit up is Route 48, Route 41 coming into town, and the Bridey Manor parking lot, and of course if you go down and walk the West Linear Park up by the Ritz, Post Office, Bridey Manor, and in that area you'll see a very good view of the falls. So it's exciting. We've got a lot of positive feedback so far, and it's really a nice view from those areas. A couple other quick announcements. Taco Bell announced that they will start construction on May 1st. It's about a 120-day construction period, so they hope to be done by the end of summer, early fall. We announced that the 4th of July Independence Day parade and celebration will be Sunday, July 7th, starting at 1 o'clock with the parade starting at the high school, going down 104, turning left on East 7th, ending at the Fort Ontario Marina. And then at night, 6:30 p.m. at Brightbeck Park, we'll have a concert with the American Eagle Band and fireworks over the harbor at 9:30. Also, the Dunkin' Donuts project at West First and West Utica has started. Again, about a 180-day construction period. So looking at the end of summer to see that building erected and opened as well. So again, a busy month here at City Hall, but all good news. The bit of bad news, I suppose, we need to keep an eye on is the water levels. We're already seeing some damage and flooding again this year related to Plan 2014, where the water's coming up and just slowly but surely destroying our marina and some other public infrastructure. But we're working on securing about $2 million in FEMA flood relief money to come into the city in August. So we hope to put that money to good use, but for now we're going to have to deal with the water rising again and the damage that comes with it, and just try to mitigate that damage in the short term. So thank you for joining me here at Off the Cuff at Oswego City Hall, and I look forward to talking to you again next month.